All right, today I want to discuss a common question that comes up a lot that has to do with the shoulder. So you have two situations. One where you have an acute injury to the shoulder or the rotator cuff, where it's just like, okay, this just happened yesterday. It's sore, it's inflamed, it's hard to move, it's a little clunky even. So when you have a rotator cuff sprain, even with it doesn't always have to be a full tear. It could just be damage to the rotator cuff, and in which cases you go through about a 48 to 72 hour inflammatory cycle. The biggest thing is we don't want to let things freeze up and draw up while we're healing. We want to actively recover, and that'll speed up the recovery process, but it'll also keep us from getting frozen, which is a very common issue when people are healing sometimes minor rotator cuff problems. Or let's say I'm a person where it's not currently inflamed, but every time I reach overhead, I have pain. Or every time I go to throw a ball, I get an impingement. So we have to have something in our toolbox to address this issue of pain over 90 degrees of overhead movement. And what happens is whenever your arm gets out to about this position, your rotator cuff and your deltoid are having to work together to keep the position of that humeral head centered in the socket. And what happens whenever we're getting pain in this what's called the painful arc, there's a problem in the translation, the downward translation of the humeral head that maintains that space where the supraspinatus muscle goes. So what happens is as I roll up, I hinge and pinch. So here's a good way to address that, where you're moving your body and you're letting the shoulder kind of stay in the same relative position.